Recording is on.
Oh, geez.
Hi folks, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is Bo. Nizam's gonna join us shortly, and he's bringing some of his developers with him. It's an interesting thing. I noticed the recording has started, which means someone else did start the recording, which is great. I didn't know that's possible, but that's good. And I'm gonna most likely stay muted. I have construction happening just outside of our windows. So as soon as Nizam comes in here, we are going to start. I don't know if you got to look around a little bit. I put a Google Doc on one of the tabs on this thing, and either you all can put questions in there, or they're gonna put notes. But keep in mind that if you click on any tab in the event, the whole meeting for you continues. So basically, you're still on. I checked that, and you don't just leave.
Spas been doing. Those of you that
Now let's hope this thing works. We tested it before and it worked very well. So hopefully this is.
we're right here. I'm surprised that the change in generation of treatments and services coming through very strongly. The same percentage based on resort as new spa menu coming out well. And also people taking advantage of the downtime for their own
Recording.
The spa for some renovation and draw your attention which is much further up the day.
Just Sturgis, it looks like you have a lot of feedback.
Of course, the of curbside collection and much more in retail as well as a result of.
Hey, just if you can hear us, you were open in two tabs, so you were bringing in some feedback in there, and I'm gonna keep my mic off when I don't need to speak. So, but there were two tabs on your end.
So while we're waiting for Nizam, is anybody here actually live with their Acadal Academy? Anybody actually using it, or are we all getting set up? What's going on here? Let's chat a little bit.
What do you mean by live? As in functional and operational? I'm assuming yes. I mean, I've had one that's.
Yeah, I was thinking, actually available to students. Like I've got mine up and we're building it in a beta environment and getting feedback from our students and moving all of our content over from another system.
Yes, pretty much same here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been really good for us. It's a lot easier for our team to make use of than the LearnDash system we were using in WordPress. And it's a lot more lightweight as well.
Yeah, I find the same thing. It's very flexible. Actually, we're probably going to migrate something from Heights because it's so much lighter. Like you said, and it's very flexible too, and in so many more ways.
Yeah, I also like the gamification. I'm really excited about that because I'm going to be using their API to boost the gamification and the badges and such within my membership site. So long term, I think that'll be a bonus.
Yes, I have no, I have not even attempted that part yet. I mean, I saw it and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna wait on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot to do. I mean, there's a gazillion things to do when you're a startup or a small business or whatever. So I'm not going to pretend I've actually done it yet. I've just talked with my developers about planning it and making sure that it gets onto our development schedule.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. It's hopefully we're gonna get some relevant details on how to implement part of these more complex things that Cattle's capable of.
Yeah, I'm actually looking right now while we're chatting here. I'm actually looking at Can Do on AppSumo and wondering if I can make use of that within the pages to tie various things together, like my replays with upcoming live events and so on and so forth. So that looks like it might be an interesting integration if it can be done.
Well, you can bring your live events, including replays, quite easily in a Cattle. You can even schedule them if you use the live option.
The challenge that I'm having is that I use live webinar for my live stuff. And then we have very specific ways of putting up replays. Plus, with our stuff, I want to make sure that we have full control over the reminder system. Now, maybe I haven't dug enough into the live aspect of a Cattle to know.
No, it's actually integrated with live webinar.
Is it?
As far as I know, yes.
I had put into the suggestions that we be able to take a live event and have it switch to a lesson. Because, like, for example, I run live events 15 times per month. And then the replays go into the different parts of a Cattle for access by my members. So yeah, I'll have to look further into that. But what I was speaking of specifically with Can Do is the integration with accessing the resources for the different things and so on and so forth, as well as putting up additional promotions and such using Can Do. So
I'll have to look at that.
it looks pretty interesting. It looks like it would actually be fairly powerful. I've got some questions in there that I'm waiting to hear back on.
I somehow I was gonna funny what's in a name. I was gonna just pass it, honestly, because of the name, but I have to look back into it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm one of those people. Like I've been, I take a look at pretty much every tool that comes out just in case, which I guess might make me a shopaholic. Luckily, I'm not so much of a buyaholic, and I'm really quick to refund when things don't meet my needs right now. Buying for potential is something I see a lot of people doing and getting burned.
Yeah, pretty much it has to work out of the box.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks interesting. So you can take any, I don't know, piece of content or whatever and set it down inside of another page. So like, for example, you could put a promotion, or I could put a promotion inside a cattle on one of my membership pages into my WordPress account, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they would all show and be editable from a very simple dashboard. So to me, that makes sense.
All right, let's see what we have here. There's some people are coming in.
I see.
I see Just Sturgis with like 4 instances inside here. So I hope he's gonna make it in. There's your 1.
They
2,
probably
3.
keep connecting and it doesn't work for them on their end, so they reconnect, and yeah.
Hi Nizam, good evening over there.
Hey, hi. I'm not really sure who's talking.
Hi, Nizam. It's Nookie. Good to see you.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well.
Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, it seems like we have some. I hope that's Bo who's joining. Okay, this platform was using Jitsi. Okay.
Yes, that's what it is in the back end for the video chat.
I'm actually thinking, what is this? Hey, Tony, can you hear me? Connor, good to see you again. Christopher, hey, hi.
How are you getting on?
I'm good. Bo, how is this Jitsi? Is it really scalable? Like, can this really have, let's say, 100 attendees if it requires?
Well, it's scalable. It's better scalable when it's installed on your own servers.
Okay. Which means that it has a dependency with the server.
Yeah, in this case, it runs off of it's not yet installed on their servers, as far as I know. I think it's coming pretty soon for GuestBoard, which will change the way you can also save recordings and all that.
Okay. It's actually an off day for us. We have Eid holidays. My team is also not working. So I'm trying to get connected with my developer on the call so we can get started. Yeah, I think it's only Vishnu. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think it was.
I'm asking Vishnu. Vishnu is from IP. Vishnu, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, thanks Vishnu for joining.
Okay.
So, Bo, we can go for a couple of minutes, then we can start. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can start. I'm going to keep my sound off. I have some construction going on in the back here, so they're going to be banging on it nonstop. So we're recording right now. It's still recording, so that's a good thing. And we can start. I was telling everybody, so if you guys can keep your mics off, except for when you have to have questions or something, but in the Google Doc tab that you can see there, that's a shared document for pretty much, that's a public shared document. So Nizam, you can input things in there, and everybody else, you can input comments or questions. Just don't delete the text that he's putting in. It should operate like a normal Google Docs that's shared live at the same time. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. But if you click on that one, you can go in there and edit, but your video chat stays on. So you're going to still be on in this platform. Then you can return to this one just by clicking the tab at the top over there. That's about it.
I got it. Vishnu, by the way, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Vishnu, if you see the right side of this, it's actually disabled and enabled. If you see that, I think we can also inspire from that. Our right side of our inside course page can also be disabled, like the private note section. We don't have to keep it open all the time. Can you see that? That seems not smooth, but that seems good.
Sorry, I couldn't get you.
If you're looking at the GuestBoard screen on the right side, so there is left side there is one window, on the right side there is another window. Shared resources, right? There is a small small icon where you can expand and minimize and expand.
Yeah.
I think we should also use a similar view for our private note section. So if you go inside the courses, right? So there is a private note section.
Yeah,
So
yes,
I think we can very much use this model for minimizing. So automatically the inside section expands. So we can keep that as a, so that I like the transition. It goes smoothly and coming. By the way, guys, thank you so much. I already see, like, including me, Vishnu and Bo, there are like 10 people joined. And everyone, I'm also leaving a link here for our weekly webinar. We are going to run a weekly webinar from next week onwards. You can register for any dates. So if you go to the page, you can see a 19th, and so it's going to be every Wednesday. So you can find dates that are going to be convenient for you, any Wednesday that is coming up. And what we're going to do is, if you're stuck somewhere, we can talk, we can fix it together. Let's discuss. Let's I'll also show you what we're building. I'll talk about what is coming new. So this is going to be there for, from next week onwards. So feel free to register to the link. I've shared that in the chat, and look forward to see you on the weekly webinars. So whenever you are stuck somewhere, if you have like some amazing ideas, please join us there. And with that, I'll give it to Vishnu. So Vishnu is my man who is the technical head of Carol. He's the one who is actually letting the team build the whole platform. So Vishnu, what Vishnu is going to do is he's actually going to create a demo page. And in the demo page, he will show you how to really, it's actually not that very easy step. So he will create a sample view in terms of how you can add a script and how you can create a div and how you can call a div using a button. So that's something which Vishnu is going to do now. And if anyone is having a live example of website, maybe you can share the screen and let's try to do it together. So that's the whole thing, Vishnu. I'll leave it to you. Over to you. You can share your screen and you can show what you have for us to show. See you.
Okay. Let me start that. Let me first share my screen.
By the way, I'll go on mute. Just ping me if you need me back. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Is this visible? Anybody can tell Is this visible?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is visible.
Absolutely.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And this is one of my test academy. I'm going to log in as admin. Yeah. Here in the admin section, there is a widget. So what I'm doing is I'm going to implement this widget inside a website, or I have for showing this I have created a demo page. I can show you the page. This is my demo page, and this is my link, and the box here shown is a this is a place where I am going to implement my academy. So what I am doing is we have to
Vishnu, can you show that document code of the document just
yeah
to tell the how it is created? I see there is a box, there is a button. Can you show that
yeah
quickly? Like what is that code?
yeah yes I can show the code. Actually, this is the code I have developed. I have created an HTML page for showing this demo, and these are the script I have taken from the widget tab. I can show you the script. Here in the widget tab, we have provided the scripts, and I will explain the scripts later. Uh, and this is the script, and then I have created a button for a link, a button for clicking the um, button for executing this widget, and also I have created a div for viewing this academy. So let me explain the script first. This is the host name, and this is the unique token getting from your academy. And name will be the person who logged in your website. What is the website you are going to implement this widget? There should be a login, and the login person name will be passed through here, and the login person's email will be passed here, and the element is the id of the button or the link you are using for triggering this widget, or the academy will be visible when you click on this element. So I have given the id of my courses button here, and target is the container where the academy to be visible. I have put a div for viewing this academy, and I have given a id to the div, and this id is given as target. And one more thing is logout. This is the id for our website logout button. This action is using for when we log outing from our original website, it will be automatically log out the user from the academy too. For that purpose we are using this logout. And this one is the time zone. I have given my time zone here. And next one is group ids. Group id is for adding the user to the particular groups. We have restricted the courses with the groups, so I can show you the groups first. Here you can see the groups. These are the available groups in the academy, and the group IDs are given in the brackets. So we have to pass the IDs to this script. So I am passing the only one group, one, If you want to pass more than one group, you can add as an array. So I'm passing the first group, and the next thing is here is the clicking button. I have already told that, and here is the target div. And let me save this and execute my code here in the browser. I'm executing that HTML page, and I'm clicking these courses. What we are expecting is when we click this course, the academy will be visible in this box, in this div we have given. So I'm clicking this. Yeah, once again I have to refresh this. Then I'm clicking this. Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, here we go. This is our academy. The courses are listed here. Here what happens is the user you are giving in this script, you should pass this name and email as dynamically with the login user's name and email. What we are doing is with this name and email, we are automatically register this user to our academy and academy as a user, and we are also this user is assigned to the groups where which IDs are passing here. And the next one is the courses page will be displayed in the box, and you can use this. Click on this course and you can view all the lessons here. Here you go. These are all about the widget. So if you have any questions, anybody have any questions, you can ask now. Thank you. Nizam?
Yeah, thanks, Vishnu. I'm sure like many of you are wondering, okay, what is this guy was talking, because not everybody is like so techie here, at least to my knowledge. But I'm sure that those who know how to code the basic HTML should be able to understand this. So a few things here. The email ID name, those has to be automatically generated and pushed through the script based on the user who's logging in. That is very important. So another thing is that it's not mandatory that a user should be available in your academy. If the user is not available, this will go and create a user inside your academy. Let's say that if you have a SaaS platform, or if you have a WordPress platform and you have a login option for your customers, when a customer logs in, or when a guest logs in using email ID and password, that username and password, that email ID and the name should be automatically passed through this script when they are loading a page which requires a academy to be shown. Also, you need to decide, okay, let's say if you're running a SaaS company, you have multiple pricing models. Let's say free, you have a premium, you have a pro, you have a professional, etc. And if you want to show some specific courses based on the type of the user, whether it is a free user, premium user, etc., it can be categorized into multiple groups, and you can limit the user's access based on the group ID. Let's say if tomorrow, when there is a free user, the group ID can be 1, and when he upgrades to premium, the group ID you can automatically update the group ID to 1,2. Then he gets access to the free content as well as the premium content. Let's say he upgrades your pricing plan to enterprise, then he can add other groups also, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he will be added to all the groups, and all the courses will be available for you to see. So this is, we have already seen a good number of platforms embedding this within their platform. Even today I had a call with a US-based company where they embedded this inside their web page development SaaS product. and we've seen this getting used, and many are appreciating it. So if you have any questions, if you want to get something answered, if you are in trouble in terms of how to use this, please unmute and ask us. We are like more than happy to assist you.
So I'll say something since you invited us to. I think for me, and this may not apply to everybody, so feel free to do something else if it comes in. But for me, the big thing is going to be integrating my user base with their, not just their name and their group, but also with like their avatar, and having a single sign-on that allows me to not only send them to the SAS widget, but also to the page itself, so that we can do deeper linking into the lessons as necessary. So I'm wondering if there's anything kind of in the works to be able to tie that all together a little bit more closely.
I'm so sorry, I got actually disconnected in the middle. Are you asking about adding a SSO? Is that your question?
Yeah, SSO. I think more than anything, it's just being able to tie things. Like, I know that we've already got, like, we are using the SAS widget, so we're already passing our username and we're already passing their credentials to access the widget and different content. But I'm thinking about things like with the SAS widget, we can't deep link into lessons. You know, we can only send them to that page and then they have to go in, versus like on, you know, the actual CNAME website. So being able to pass that information via SSO or some other link, and then also things like passing their avatar as well, so that it ends up being a seamless experience from a cattle to all of our other pieces and parts.
Got it. That seems to be an interesting thing. I think we should just make a note of this avatar thing. I think we should consider that quickly, including the phone numbers and the other details. So, and it can be optional and not mandatory, Vishnu. This has to be included in the APIs also. Just make a note of it. And regarding the deep linking with SSO, that is also seems to be a good one. So we will definitely make a note of it. And please add it to the feedback.akara.com if you don't mind. So I think we'll always be back with that. Thank you.
Yeah, see, I'd like to be able to, like, if there's something new that's just been posted, be able to let people know and link them directly into that lesson, for example.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. Awesome.
I have one small question as well, Vishnu and Nazim. In terms of when you're passing the groups, that part, whenever you're putting in the groups, like 1, 2, 3, they're just the ones that will show up within the page. But if the person who's signing on doesn't already have access to the course, like, he won't get access there either, will he?
So the script is going to actually rewrite his group IDs. Let's say if the user is already existing in your academy, and if you're going to pass the script, and let's say if he's already part of group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3, and when you're passing, let's say, Nizam with only group number 1, then Nizam's group will get automatically updated to only group number 1. So the script is also dynamically managing the group IDs. You don't have to really manually go and do it. You can do that on the fly.
okay, so let's say if I just wanted to have 5 courses, let's say, and Nizam only like purchased 3 when that kind of functionality is there, and if he's accessing the page, will he still have access to just the 3, or will he automatically get the 5?
No, so that's a very good question. So I was actually supporting somebody today. So so what she has is she has like 5 different courses. All 5 courses are paid. So what she's doing is she's creating one group for each course. So creating group 1 for course number 1, group 2 for course number 2. There are a few people who bought both course 1 and course 2. There are a few guys who bought only course 1. There are guys who bought only course 3. So what is happening is, if you are actually passing the ID for group ID, and all these courses are, course number 1 is only connected to group 1, course number 2 is only connected to group 2, course number 3 is only connected to group 3. And when you are passing this information, let's say that he bought only course number 1, so you will be putting course number 1 inside the script. So he will be then having access to only course number 1. Let's say that he's going to buy course number 2 also. Then after saving the records, you will be passing course number 1, comma, course number 2. So he will be then getting access to course number 1 as well as 2. So on the fly, based on what courses that he purchased, you will be able to control the access.
Okay, I get you. Thanks, Nizam.
Cool, thank you. Anyone else having any questions? I hope, I don't know, so I think the silence, I can take 2 meaning. One, Vishnu's presentation was great, so everybody understood, or the silent can be that nobody understood, nobody, like others did not understand anything. So I hope the first one is the one, like everyone got what we are trying to say. Okay, describe that, but the data is passed via API, correct? No, it is not via API. The script is taking care of all that. The script that we are giving, the script that you're going to embed inside your website is going to take care of all that, like dynamically controlling the groups and all that are managed by the script itself. You don't have to use any other APIs. This script is more than enough.
Hi, Nizam, I'm going to try the sound here because I get noise in and out. So what I meant was when you dynamically pass that data, how do you link those two? So let's say a customer buys a course or enrolls, takes a free class or something, whichever choice that we distribute it is. How is that data being passed directly? Let's say I'm having a cart using Plug and Pay, for example, or any other cart for that matter. So my question was, how do you pass that data in order for your script to be triggered, if that makes sense?
That is exactly what Vishnu explained in the beginning. So you need to have this data stored in your local database, in your application database. And when the user logs in, okay, so the intercom, if you go to intercom, and if you come to app.academy.com, and if you come to chat with me, intercom is automatically detecting that it's talking to Bo, it's talking to Connor. I'm sure that you're not entering your email ID or name while you're chatting with me in intercom, inside the chat available inside app.academy.com. Because your email ID and email ID and name is automatically captured by intercom. How we are doing that? we are dynamically, based on the user who's logging in, we are dynamically giving the name of the person and the email ID of the person to intercom, which is the same model that we are following here. So inside the script, based on the user who is logging in, you need to pass those information dynamically through the script. You can check this, you can log into app.akal.com and you can initiate a chat with me. And I will understand who is this. I will be able to easily understand who is this user and the email ID because it is passing a lot of information to me. And within the intercom dashboard itself, I'm able to understand whether it is a trial user, premium user, free user, LTD user, recurring user, all that I'll be able to understand from the intercom dashboard, which is what we are passing dynamically through the script, the exact script that we showed now for Acadal. It is a similar script. You can sign up to intercom and they'll give you one script to inside, put it inside the website. If you don't use that dynamic option, then, like for example, very simple example is you go to incognito window, go to Tulite website, you try to chat with me through intercom. This will ask you for a email ID to initiate a conversation with me because you're coming to a static website. Customer is not really aware who is this. So you need to enter the email ID because system is not able to understand who is this user and pass this data. But if you log into Acadal, to add.acadal.com, then we have the data, who is this user. We are passing it to intercom. Similarly, if you put it in a dynamic normal website, the script will not be able to understand anything, who is this user. So you will have to dynamically pass that information. That is the reason we said you need to understand a bit knowledge about how do you pass this, how do you get the data and pass it, which is the exact model that we used in Encharge integration also. If you go to parameters list, we are helping you to generate parameters and pass it. There is a tool named LOU. And if you want to do some, let's say, walkthrough inside your academy, inside Acadal, you can actually use LOU and you can actually use our parameters for dynamically passing the segments. If you want to dynamically create some segments and all that, we are actually providing you those parameters inside our admin dashboard. So these are dynamic parameters. The name is a dynamic parameter. The email is a dynamic parameter. The group is a dynamic parameter, which you have to take it from somewhere and give it to a script and push it to us. Then only we'll be able to understand that. Bo, I hope I answered.
Yes, you did. You know, that's the one part that I've been always from the beginning kind of struggling with if I don't want to use intercom or whichever. So I have to build my own database basically on my servers and serve it somehow so your script can understand what the input is.
Yeah, so that is the reason we call it as a SaaS embed, because you need a platform with the data so that, so the big objective is this. We're going to help you place this inside your existing platform. We don't want to let your sales guys, your users, move away from your platform and go to another platform to see it. We just want to give them a feel that this is part of your existing platform. So that is the main reason. So this is actually going to save your, help you more with the reputation, branding, or even in terms of getting the whole onboarding simplified. They don't have to go to a sign-up page. They don't have to go to a login page. Their authentications are automated. You will be able to dynamically control based on some APIs if you want. Let's say if they make a payment using plug and pay, and when you get a success message, you are going to take that record and store it in your database. And you will be changing this user access to, let's say, premium. And that premium can be tagged in the group ID. And when he is logging in, you can pass a group ID to the script, and Acadal is like easily handling it, just like how intercom works, just like how Encharge works.
Got it.
Tony, others, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we can wind up. And the call has already been recorded, so you can also have a access this call anytime.
Yeah, I have a question. So, do you still want to do this follow-up tomorrow? And if anybody else here wants to do a follow-up tomorrow, so
I'm not really sure, because that totally depends. So if you can come to the chat and tell me whether you understood or not. I mean, yes or no. I will try to figure out another way to maybe make it more clear. I don't know how, but can everyone come in? Please comment and say maybe you understood or not, if you don't mind. Thank you, Nuki. Yeah, thank you.
I'm wondering if it might help if, and I'd asked this before the this began, but it might help to find out, ask people to put in the chat where they are at in their development and where they might be stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you created one course? Have you implemented the SaaS widgets, and so on and so forth? Find out where everyone is, and then see if you can, target those spaces to, answer their questions.
Yeah, I actually have a tracking in the intercom itself, which automatically tracks how many people have created a course, how many people have started inviting the users, how many people have started collaborating. So we kind of have a track. But I think this is a very good insight. We have a weekly webinar, which I already announced yesterday, and within like 24 hours, I have around 75 registrations. But I'm going to limit only to 100 because I won't be able to answer the queries if there are going to be many. So I'm definitely going to do the poll before the webinar starts from next week onwards. I'll prepare a bunch of questions and maybe ask people to respond to it. So that is going to help us also evaluate in terms of where they're stuck, or do they really need some help in terms of having a dedicated session like this. Understanding how to use Academy for marketing, how to use Academy for automating your complete communication with your customers, with your students. So that's a very good thought. I'm definitely going to do that from next webinar onwards. I understand the main concept, but it would be nice to see a practical example of actually doing it. Yeah, I mean, very simple practical example is, if you log into app.academy.com and if you go to any Academy dashboard, right? Just log into your Academy dashboard, any of the academies that you already built, you can see a menu on top called training. That training is actually another academy embedded into your dashboard for you to actually go and see how it works. That is the most, practical example that I can show you. If you have an academy, just log into your academy and log into Academy dashboard. On top, you can see a menu called training. The training menu is actually another academy, which is academy.academy.com, which is embedded into every customer dashboard so that they can get to know how to use Academy. So we are already using the same concept for ourselves for onboarding you all, and it's available in your dashboard, Academy dashboard, where we have embedded an academy about how to use Academy and everything about Academy, introductions and some samples and all that. So that is the example shape. So if you can log in whenever you get time, please check the training menu. And you can see that when you click on that, you will not be asked to log in. You will directly be taken to a courses page because it is automatically authenticating who you will be directly logged in. You'll not be really asked you to register or log in or enter the username, password, nothing. You'll be like just logged in by automatically giving you access. So I recommend you to try that within your existing, any of your Academy dashboards. Why? Okay, I think I got answer from 2 and maybe 3 because Bo also could have understood. So totally we have 9 on call and 3 plus me and Vishnu 5, and rest of the 4 I'm not really sure if you really got it. If you could tell me whether you understood or not, that would be helpful. Otherwise, maybe for the day we can disperse uh, and see you as usual. I mean, because I mean, almost all this who joined, like I'm regularly in touch through the chat or some of the other way to talk to you on the other channels here. But I think we can maybe close this as I'm not getting any other queries.
Yeah, I see a question from I think the second one is from Shade. I'm not sure. I think it is both of them from Shade. What she's asking is she would like to see a practical example of actually doing it. Yeah, the training section inside the dashboard.
I gave that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer.
I'm not sure, Shade, if that's what you're asking. Oh, okay. Shade, are you actually talking or asking about? Go ahead, Nizam.
No, that's what Vishnu showed in the beginning, the setup. He created a dummy page. Shade, this call is recorded. I'm not really sure whether you joined late. This call is recorded. You can very much go back and see that, no problem.
Yeah, this thing
Recording will be available for you to see. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have the recording available. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're a man with good patience, so I'm sure you'll figure it out, and we'll figure it out together, like the domain issue we had before. So if you're stuck, just ping me. We'll connect again. No problem.
So I do have one question for you, Nizam. I know I talk to you directly all the time, but is there a contact for more direct technical implementation, like you get stuck on the moment or something, or you try to code things in and then something goes completely haywire? Is there somebody in your team that we can connect with when that happens?
Absolutely. So what I'm doing is, even Connor knows that well. So I connect with the technical team whenever there is a technical thing comes. So there is a link for scheduling call with our technical team, which was something which I shared, which I normally share it in the chat when people ask, but I can also share that link here. Yeah, I'm sharing a link here. When you are stuck with something tech, you can schedule a call with Vishnu directly. It's a currently link. You'll be able to find some slots and book a call with him.
That's good. Excellent. That's great. Thanks, Nizam.
Great. Great, wonderful. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much for listening to us. And thanks a lot for the support, feedback, and the trust that you have given to us. And I can very much make sure that we're not going to disappoint you. We will work hard. We are actually in a very bad situation here in India. We have the pandemic affected us. You might be seeing the news, and even our team members, a few got affected kind of with this corona. In my family alone, in the last 1 week, we had 3 deaths. So things are pretty bad. That is the reason things are going slow. We wanted to have the Stripe going live, video upload going live, but due to the pandemic, all our offices are shut. We were forced to work from home, and we're not seeing each other. So things are kind of slow because of the pandemic, and apologies for that. And I hope all of you are safe, and please stay safe and take care. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. We'll make sure to keep continuing this work. We'll add as much as features as possible as you ask. And yeah, I was also telling Bo that things are not really as you see here. That like because of the lockdown, there are families who don't really have a support of their daily. So there are guys who only feed their family with their daily wages. All those people are really stuck. The government is supporting really well here, but we are also doing a lot what we can do from our revenues. We are supporting. We're also doing all the responsibilities that we have to support others, our neighbors, people that we know are suffering. And I also request you, if anyone is interested, there is a Chief Minister Corona Relief Fund. Request you all to maybe do some $1 donation. That is also okay, but that's actually going to feed a family for sure. So that is the reason things are a bit slow. We really used to be very fast, and that is the reason even you don't see me like all the time on chat. But I'll make sure to support you as quickly as possible. We will make sure to add as much as features as possible. And we all need your support and prayers. And all of you stay safe. And thank you so much again for joining. And, yeah.
Hey, Nizam, can you drop a link in here to that fund, please? If there is one or not, we'll just connect with you directly.
I definitely have to get that link. It's there, but I'll have to find it from the website. I totally missed to get it. I wanted to get it before the call. So that will be really good because a lot of this are going for the health and so mainly the government is doing a lot of activities for feeding. I mean, they're giving free food kit and all that. It's even though the poverty rate is not really bad, but there are some areas where to very close by to my home there is an estate where there are close to around 200 families where they live very like a crowded place, but all of them, they only eat if they get a daily wage. Otherwise, they can't eat. So, and all of them are like literally shut down. We kind of helped my friends and all of us. We really tried helping them, giving them more possibilities, all possible options that we could. There are families even with very critical cancer and other conditions where they need money even to take care of their medicines, but they don't have a daily wage because of all this lockdown. So situations are bad, not very bad, but at least under control. In our place, at least in my state, is very much under control. But in other states, as you can see in the news, things are pretty bad. But do support us, support India, support all of us. We're also trying our best to support our nearby people and all that. So yeah, so that's the only reason we're not really together. The team is not together. I've not seen Vishnu from last 2 weeks because he's in a different place and I'm in a different place. We're like 100 kilometers far. So that is going to affect our productivity to a bit. So, but we'll make sure to, because we don't want to lose any time. We'll make sure to have all the features that we promised to coming on a Carol. So don't get disappointed seeing the slowness, but we'll have it. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks again. Yeah, I'll share the link with you both after getting it from the website.
Sounds good, Nizam. Sounds good. I'm so sorry to hear all of that. I know I've been watching the news, so I'm following it, and it's not. Yeah, it's a terrible situation.
Thank you so much, Nizam, for everything you do and that you keep doing. I love Acadal. I'm going to make as much use of it as possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. I mean, all of these people who joined us already supporting us a lot. So I think I don't have to just make it like very formal saying a lot of thank yous, but from my heart, thank you so much. So let's get this going. Let's get this going. Thank you, and have a great day. Stay safe, and talk to you all soon again. Thank you. Bye.
Sounds good, Nizam. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nizam, for everything. Cheers.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining in, and be in touch.